wall front. So with the practical application drill, sometimes we start off really slow with the basics. So first of all, with practical apps, it's a good time to practice using the jaunts out. All right, so for that, we just meet up in the center kind of. Hold. So once we're at jaunts out, now you have some sort of connectivity where you can feel their body. See, she can feel this pressure. I can feel hers. So look, if I press it here, look, her hand went out that way. So I know I can go this way. Well, just as similarly, so we made Pagdar. She can use that to tell her where stuff's at. Now, if I'm starting to do stuff that's not touching her body, the connection she already has with me, for some reason, it seems to have added sensitivity without the contact. Like it's kind of like your body already knows things happen in certain patterns. Okay, so we catch with the jaunts out, Pagdars. All right. On your back leg. Now she wants to keep her weight on her back leg, but there's a lot going on. So I have her coming in to meet with the force. I also made it so, well, let's step it back a little bit. We don't always hit each other when we train. 1 second. Yeah, we don't always hit each other when we train. Sometimes we do though. And so I feel like it's really important that you actually make contact with people so you get used to touching that body with an amount of force aimed at, actually hitting. Instead of like a lot of places they want to put on pads, they pull the punches and stuff. I mean, I just don't think that that's like really what you want to do to get used to that, and then you get in a self-defense situation and somebody's really trying to hurt you, and I don't know, you might pull the punch because it all comes down to instincts, right? All right, so she's used to making contact. See? She has to actually hit me. So we'll even take some of the more basic drills just to step it back for a second. So right here, let's play lopsal. Hold on. We'll start off with poxal. So we'll play it. We'll play poxal from a really close distance. Really light. Slow down, like we usually do. Then we'll play this close. So see, we can just play from here. She can hit me from here. I can gradually add in on the pox. This also makes sure that her punch is going straight. A lot of times, people get used to somebody pocketing, so that when they punch, they're kind of like punching off to the side. Well, you don't want that. You want to make sure that your pocket and your punch are both coming down the center line. So, she's punching. I might just start adding in the pop. All right, she practices the pop throw the same way. Oh my God. Punch, punch, punch. Hard, hard. Don't keep the elbow out. Elbow out. You can play lopsal the same way. So lopsal you're usually here, right? Okay. So you can play this. This is lop 2. Okay. So with that in mind, we can play this close. With just if this is square, just got a little teeny bit extra, as if it's closing down from a bonk out to a launce out. But it had made it there. So we're here. All right, hit lop and hit me. All right, so look, check it out. From bonk out, condor hit me. So you can practice any of the techniques and actually make contact. And good. Don't close this back. It has to stay out in front of you. There you go. Other side. Keep your elbow low. Low. So you can play it from here. Same type of thing. You can work on these drills from crossarm. So from crossarm drill, we can practice actually hitting each other from here. Good. You can even practice the Fonsal. Go ahead, Fonsal off of it. Good. Keep punching. Fonsal, follow him. Get him. 1, 2, 3. All the time. You gotta relax. How doing? Order. So getting back to these drills, making contact at a close distance, it makes somebody it makes any practitioner feel a little bit more comfortable when they're in a real situation where they're gonna have to hit people. You can't go around thinking you can do something that you can't do. There's too many people that do that, and they find out they get hurt. They're gonna get hurt. Okay, so from here, so you can even practice just the lock technique. All right, then there's other things you can do from here. So I can hit here, here. Okay. Take a good jump. Lock. Jump. Jump. Slow down. Relax. Got to make sure that your fingers are to the sky. It wouldn't matter if you're jumping the correct way. 9. Lock. Nope. Here. Jump. Good. Sometimes you gotta crawl, walk, run. You can't just snap into it and try to blast off with every technique. All right, so did you see your punch? Gotta keep it streamlined. So here, you're here.
I always saw that jump.
Jut. No, jut. So you're here. Yes. All right, now with her playing the jut like this, which incidentally, if you watch, so she's hitting here, and all she's doing is dragging it back. Okay? So by doing that, if she were to throw a punch, go ahead and throw a punch, this will stop that too, okay? So if you lob, and then you travel back with this, kind of like how, let's see, you're here. Just think about it like a little bit of an arc. So you bring it back, it's gonna take anything on that side, okay? So make contact. All right, you do it. Not on the outside, not like this. You can't, that's right too, but that's not what you're trying to do. Yeah, you want to keep your technique tight. If you have the choice, you want to keep your technique in. You don't want to leave too much space in here. You want to make sure you keep it in. If you're out here all the time, there's a lot more ground to cover, let's put it that way. All right, here we go. Lock. You can even practice Don Chi style from this distance. So you might simplify it some. So at first I might tell one of the students, do not put any energy in there, just take the hit. Just get used to taking the hit, right? All right, so now add a little bit of a jut. And jut it all the way. All right, right here. Punch. You don't have to go to a bonk style. See, and I can check her punch by not doing anything. Punch straight. You're over this way, son. sink down anymore. So, again, going back to what I was saying earlier about the pox out, let me show you something. All right. So, you're punching. So if I'm pocking and they get used to the pock so much, and I take it away, I'm sure anybody that's actually training Wing Chun watching this, you've seen this. So you're pocking, they're punching. You remove your pock from the equation, the punch kind of goes out like that, okay? Obviously you don't want that. So you can practice with them and not always put in the pocket there to make sure that they're traveling down the center line, and their goal is actually to come forward and hit you, not just make contact with your hands. You don't want to chase the hands. You're going for the body, okay? So the same thing we were doing right here with the Dan Chi Sao. If I play the Dean Germ and she juts, go ahead, punch. If I don't do anything, she's gonna find out if her punch is actually going to the right spot, if it has the right structure, is it right, okay? Is it correct? So sometimes I actually play the defensive role in that, sometimes I don't. If I do, I still look. I try to feel for the pressure. So I'll give you an example of what I mean here. So stop it there. So a lot of people, once they jut, they'll jump up to hit. Like here, play the Dean Drum. So what I mean is they'll go like this. So when you break that contact, you just created a hole. Well, something can fill that hole. So you want to stay stuck to them the whole time. Dan Chi Sao, single arm, sticky hands. So. Okay, so she Dean Germs. What I want to do is punch straight. Go ahead, roll the ball. That way she can stay stuck. Okay. I don't want to jump up and then hit. There's a hole, and that might seem like it even work right now, but it won't work in other applications. So it's bad practice. Don't do it. Okay. Now back to this. This is the opposite. So with Zhong Sao, a lot of people play Zhong Sao, and there's nothing there. So nothing here, just relax. So if there's nothing there, I don't have to play a pop dar or something off this for the cross arm drill. I can just hit. Why am I going to do a pop dar if simple punch works? I don't want to overcomplicate things. Let's go over here. So what I mean by that is there has to be something here. So see, I can't get in right now. Okay. So now I have to pop dar. There has to be a reason. Okay. Okay. Now see your elbow. You've got to keep your techniques as streamlined as possible. Again, that's another hole. You're creating a hole that something can get in. So if you play your techniques with your elbows flared out, guaranteed there's somebody out there that can get in. Okay? So you got to have energy into this. And then go ahead. By having the energy in there, she has something to work off of. So that's from cross arm drill. Okay, back up. So then even from here, when we make contact, she has something to go off of. So if we were to go in like this and nothing hits, hold on, back up. This time when we come in, you have nothing in your Zhong Sao. So we come in, there's nothing in her Zhong Sao. Oh, so I can just go straight. There's no need to do anything. She didn't have a Zhong Sao. So that brings me to another question. A lot of people ask, what is the difference between strength and forward energy? Well, how much energy do you need to apply to something? So I'll give you a good way of checking somebody out for this, okay? So from cross arm drills, Zhong Sao, typically somebody that uses a lot of strength, they're gonna do silly little indicators. One would be, they have to have center line. So it's not that they're just putting some energy here, meeting you. Every time they're trying to dominate center line. All right, stop. So they're trying to dominate it, so they'll go like this. So sometimes I'll like fight them back a little bit just to watch them do it, and they'll shimmy around. They just have to have it so bad. Now that same person, when you play any drill, they are going to try to dominate that center line, whether or not they know it or not, okay? I wouldn't even tell them. I mean, unless you're trying to really help out, but if it's not your place, don't say anything, because at least for a little while, that way you can learn from it. You know, all these exercises are like a laboratory. You want to be able to practice different things. So you don't want to tell them, hey, don't do that, you know. You're not their seafood, don't say anything. You know, if you're their dashi seafood, but sometimes you just want to play things out for a little bit. So we'll give you the example again. So we're here, there's nothing here, so she can just punch. Why not? So now there's something there, but I'm always taking center line. So what is a good way to manage that? Because you don't want to get into fighting them on it, right? So check it out. Now here's my center line. So I'm aiming for a center line over here. She has this one, that's fine. Guess what? As soon as I pop guard, it's still the same thing. So I didn't have to have that center line. Nothing had happened. So if nothing has happened, nothing's transpired, why do you want to fight for it, okay? So you want to have something there, but you don't want to have something so much that you're always vying to have that position. Because the same thing goes for Don Chisao. Look, I have it all the time. Go ahead, hold on. So she's trying to Dean drum, and I've just got this dominator. She cannot get in there, okay? How is she gonna play a Dean drum, you know? That doesn't really make sense. You want her to be able to hit before you do anything, because your whole goal is to get that stickiness and make that jump effective. So I only want to give her enough energy so that she has a reason to do something. So right now she has, so she has a reason to do something, right? So now she Dean drums. Now look, I don't want to push down on this either while we're on this topic. I just want to go from here. I want to try to punch straight. I'm not seeking her arm. Her arm is independent of mine. I'm going straight. She needs to stick to me. So she rolls the ball, okay? So back to here, I don't have anything here except for enough energy to feel her, to give enough pressure so that I know what she's doing, okay? So she Dean drums. So I jut. I don't want to jut way down here or anything crazy. I just want to jut where I should be jutting. She cannot hit me from there. Well, she can't get any substantial power behind this. And I have the center line. So now I go to punch. I don't want to jump up to hit her like this and create a gap. I want to punch straight. And she wants to keep forward energy with that bomb sow. That's it. This is a really good drill to have your bomb sow and all your kung fu jacked up if you're playing with the wrong person. Because a lot of people play this drill so crazy that, well, it's not fun. It's not effective in helping you gain any ability. So it's like something I avoid. If I'm not there, well, something I avoid. All right, so then lob sow. So from lob sow, same thing. She has to have something forward, okay? So do I. So I'll put this right here, like So I'll put this here, kind of like a point, a holder point. So watch how this goes. So I put this here. See, look, this is on that point. Now this is on that point. So this is here. Now this is here. So once that's there, her body is convinced that I'm still right there. Now I can pull this arm out, and then I can lock, okay? So we're here. You don't want to wipe it off either. It's got to be forward. Listen, I'm not saying you can't lock and take it off this way. If you want to create a bigger hole, let's play this out. If you want to lop and take it over here, that's fine. The drill's not going to continue if you go that far out of the lane. So you're here. So the best way to keep the drill going, let's play it straight down the center line. Not this. Straight down the center line, and then lock up. Here. Okay, so let's look at that now. From here. Once I put this on center, or hold on, go ahead. Come on. Once I turn this tonsal over and punch, so let me show you something. The tonsal has a brief bit of energy, okay? So Moya said the tonsal cannot stay. The punch can stay, the tonsal can't stay, the foot sal can't stay. So there's a difference here. So when she does, let's just say, so in self-defense applications, she throws a punch. That's all I needed was that tonsure for that 1 second, throw the punch. That's it. I don't have to go like this and be rigid with it. There's no need for it, okay? So I'll show you why. You want to be able to change, okay? So it catches, the minute it catches, so let's say you throw a punch. Same thing with the pocket. As soon as it makes that contact, that jolt of energy from you to that bridge, once you make that bridge of energy is what stops that technique. You do not have to just hold that all rigid. If you hold it rigid, you cannot put more power into it. So like if you've got this sitting here like this, now you try to put energy in there, it's gonna be a little bit difficult to convert it, okay? So what you wanna do is, you wanna catch it and then relax. Just like your punch, ball and chain, you wanna catch it, relax, so that you can move to the next position as quickly as possible, all right? So, back to here. All right, so back to here, same thing. When I flip this over, that's it right there. There they go. Watch the energy change hands back here. So I flip it over, the tonsure has it. Now this has it, okay? Back here. Okay? All right, now speaking of that, so if you have a tonsure out, the eye of the hand is on center, right? That means that this portion of your arm is on that side of the center line with this side open. So you can punch directly beside your tonsure for the tondar technique. However, and you can split it up too. You can also change the timing. You can do a bunch of different things. But my point to this part right here is, when you flip that hand over, you should have this on center line, the eye of the hand on center line, and the center line should be clear of her hands by at least the width of your arm. Why? Because you have your arm on center line. So when you flip it over, that much is cleared, so now I can come, okay? So we'll show you. I don't think, it's really not gonna be a way to see it. You just have to take our word for it on that one. All right. What else were we working on, Blake? What have we been doing? All right, that'll be that.